Why don't you fit in? Kimberly, Kim, why don't you fit in? Why can't you just be normal?
I've tried my whole life to be normal, Rachel. And I've tried my whole life to fit in.
How did it go?
It didn't go very well. I stayed into the smallness of me, and I stayed into the shame of me, thinking that there was something so jacked up with me when I didn't fit in.
Okay, cool. Let's start there. So welcome to these conversations with Kim and Rachael, and we will be releasing these every week. Myself and Kimberly are extremely committed to finding what's true for us. And so today we're going to talk about one of our, sometimes we'll read from our favorite books. So one of the things that we're going to talk about today is, Would You Teach a Fish to Climb a Tree? And this is a book about people that are fish in a world that's basically, you know, you're taught that learning is a certain way. So one of the things that myself and Kimberly were shrouded by was believing that there was something dynamically, radically, intrinsically wrong with us, like intrinsically defending that there was something wrong with us, while being extremely intelligent people that just didn't fit into the norm.
Right. Anywhere.
Yeah. So I'd love to read to you something. So the tools that we use are access consciousness, and we talk about something called implants. And when I talk about an implant, I'm not talking about a dental implant, I haven't got one, or a boob implant. I'm actually talking about an implant, energetic implant. So for example, an energetic implant would be when a parent or a teacher or a friend tells you that something is true that really isn't true, and then you believe it and you keep replaying it. That's an implant. So for me, the biggest implant was, there's something wrong with me. What was your biggest implant?
Well, something wrong with me, and something that, like, I always couldn't stay on task, right? Like there was something so wrong to me, to my core, because I couldn't stay focused. I couldn't stay on task with anything. My brain moves very fast.
Yeah. So this is another thing with people that are different. So ADD is what I have, and ADD is a capacity, not a disability. And kids like myself and Kimberly were highly aware, and we pick up other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And this is where we weren't educated on the way that we function, that we're extremely psychic. Not like in a way that, oh, grandma's in the tree. Not not that way, but we're
Right.
extremely psychic, is that we pick up other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and then we insert them in our universe. And we also download other people's judgments of themselves, and we replay it, and there's no awareness in it. And it's a false statement that has been implanted, and we keep playing it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Mm-hmm. And so what occurs is the implant creates a vibration, let's say shame or wrongness.
Yeah.
And then that shame or wrongness holds you back, and it has sway over the way you live your life.
And for me, it also locked it into my body.
Well, it does. Yeah. Because it's a vibration within us, and we take it on and we lock it in, because we have trouble getting to the place where we have total awareness, and whereby that people tell lies and people hide stuff just because that's what people do. You know, people lie to themselves all the time. But for someone who doesn't and knows what's true, it creates a massive conflict with self, and it has basically a sway over the way you relate to yourself, doesn't it?
It does. And then the other thing too, when you're talking about how we have the download, I
Hmm.
also would have the download and buy the story, right? That
Yeah,
shame
yeah,
and the
yeah,
judgment. So I buy the story, and then it's that trifold that it's just running through like the monkey mind. And
yeah.
it just keeps replaying
Like
itself.
this, like this. Look.
It- absolutely. And then it becomes true for me. If I'm not
Yeah,
tapped into my awareness, it becomes true for me.
and it becomes true for you in a way that it's not true, because actually energetically it's not true, because you seem less and compressed and contracted and stressed. So in fact your body tells you it's not true because you're so energetic, and you're actually, as someone who's highly energetically aware, if you've joy walking through the forest or with your dog or by water, that, and you have this sense of peace and space, that's actually what's true for you. Because if it's not with you all the time, it's not actually true for you. But if you're like myself and Kimberly, we weren't educated in that
Right.
we're energetic beings with an energetic body. And then what we will experience is these implants that have been inserted into your world at a young age, and you relate yourself to that. And really, I suppose that's what these little videos are about, is that, like, today, what if you ask, like, what is true about me? Like, is it true that you're wrong? Is it true there's something wrong with you? Is it true that, is it true? Is judgment true? You know what I mean?
Right. And then I asked that. And then I also asked, hey, universe, can you show me the gift of me? Can you show me what's true for me? And more gets peeled away on what's true for me. And that I can step into the real me, the authentic, beautiful gift of me.
I love that. And I am going to say this, for me, because I didn't grow up around people that knew that I was energetically and psychically aware of other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, I was massively impacted about the energies that I grew up around: shame and guilt and wrongness and judgment.
Mm-hmm.
And it massively impacted my receiving of myself. And now what we're saying is, no matter what, I will continue to search and seek what actually is true about me.
That's the gift. You just put that so perfectly, because of all the choices I made in my childhood, the shame, the judgments, the point of views that were put on me that I was avoiding because I wasn't asked, what is true for you? And then having someone believe, like, what is true for me, because what is true for me, then you may have to take an action. Right.
Yeah.
Right. What is truly true for me. And as like Rachel said, I will not give up seeking what is true for me today, for nothing, for no one. And that's a process. That's a process.
It is. So what if today, what is true for you is there is nothing wrong with you, because wrongness is only created from a human psychology, and there is nothing wrong with you. You don't have to get it right. And what if what's true for you, because a little 10-year-old in class this weekend told me that we're all unique and we've our own signature energies,
Oh, isn't that beautiful? A 10-year-old knew that. Like, what a gift.
Yeah. And so to me, that's blatant and obvious. But how often are we told that two things we're told: that we're wrong because we're different, and we're asked to become someone we're not when we have to fit into a role that doesn't necessarily fit us.
And then you become that chameleon, and then you continue to play in that role, and then you keep losing you because
And
you're
you've
trying
no
to
clue
fit in.
who you are
You
or
have no
what you
clue.
are.
And every environment that you step into, every situation, you just keep taking on what you think others want you to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much fun is that?
None. I did it for
Yeah.
40 years. And then I woke
Yeah.
up and realized actually what was true for me, and started to create my life in a way that works for me. And now we both are coaches and facilitators. And one of the favorite things about the work that I teach is that people start to see the gift of them that they weren't receiving, because their life was swayed from the lies that they grew up around.
And you do give that gift. Like there's, and the gift to get someone to the place to even realize that you have a choice. You have a choice to ask, who am I? What is true for me? And once you start to step into that, you're stepping into your greatness and the gift you really be.
So we leave you with this question. What is the gift that you are not receiving?
Oh, yay. What is the gift? We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you, Rachel. Bye.
Bye.